So as I was saying, after Stephen F. Austin goes back to Texas, riles up the people, and on March 2nd, 1836, Texans declare independence. This is the origin of the Lone Star flag. They're not part of the United States yet. They are not part of Mexico, and so they are their own republic. And so the commander in chief of this army of Texas and of Texas itself will be Sam Houston. Okay. So we start some major conflicts. Santa Anna is going to come into Texas with 6,000 men on March 6th, 1836. One of the significant battles, not really as far as victory goes, because there was no victory, but more of a moral victory that inspires Americans and pledges support towards the Texans' fight for independence, was at the Alamo. Okay, so 200 Texans are stuck at this Alamo in San Antonio against 6,000 men. The leader of these men, Colonel William Travis. William Travis, some pretty famous informational or inspirational quotes. I shall never surrender nor retreat. He drew a line between in the sand for women and children to leave. That's a very common cliche now. Another famous quote: "Those prepared to give their lives in freedom's cause, come over to me." So on one hand, women and children, you can go. On the other hand, men who want to fight for freedom. Okay. Jim Bowie, very famous person during the Alamo fight. He used a big old knife called an Arkansas toothpick. He had pneumonia. He wanted to go fight, but he couldn't. Davy Crockett had been a congressman 3 times. He actually hated Andrew Jackson. This battle is going to cost Mexico about 1,500 soldiers. So another famous event, the Goliad Massacre. It's going to be another defeat for the Texans on March 27th, 1836. 400 Texas men surrendered and then butchered. And again, this is important, not necessarily for Texas, but for American sympathy toward the Texans. The brave, valiant fighting at the Alamo, and now the brutal attacks by the Mexicans who just slaughter 400 Texas men. So these two events really start to get Americans to lend support towards Texas and also push for politicians to do something in Texas, annex it, take it, join the battle, something. Okay. So remember the Alamo becomes sort of a rallying cry. Death to Santa Anna. These are all things that are going to be inspirational for Texans and also be echoed by Americans. They want to rush to the aid of their friends and relatives. And Maswalo is a huge fanboy of Sam Houston. I am not necessarily, but he has a pretty interesting story that if you want to, maybe get some marshmallows and go to Miss Swallow's room and she'll tell you all about her BFF, Sam Houston. Okay.